Are you kind of tired of chasing those crazy, unsustainable yields for your stablecoins? What if you could earn returns not from market hype, but from actual real world assets that are generating revenue right now? Today, we're going to dig into a concept that promises exactly that. It's called InfraFi. All right, let's set the stage here. The whole era of those high flying, purely speculative crypto yields, well, that party's kind of over. The game is changing. And that leaves a massive question. Where does all that capital go now that's looking for real, durable returns? A huge part of the answer lies in how something called decentralized physical infrastructure, or DePIN, has grown up. I mean, think back to 2021. A lot of these projects were just ideas, totally pre-revenue, wildly overvalued, and just fueled by pure retail speculation. But fast forward to where we are now, and the whole landscape has shifted. We're seeing actual, mature businesses that are generating revenue and are profitable because they're driven by real-world utility, not just hype. So because of this big market shift, you have this massive pool of capital. We're talking over $175 times billion in stablecoins, and it's all looking for a new home. This isn't just idle cash. It's actively searching for a safe harbor that can generate real, durable yield. Something outside the crazy ups and downs of market speculation. So, what's the big solution here? How do you actually connect this enormous pile of stablecoins with this new wave of DePIN projects that are actually useful? Well, a new model is popping up that does exactly that. It links stablecoins directly to real-world revenue-generating infrastructure. And that model is called InfraFi. Think of it as a powerful mashup of decentralized finance and decentralized physical infrastructure. To put it simply, it's a system that lets stablecoin holders, people like you and me, earn a yield by directly financing the purchase and rollout of physical assets that are doing real work out in the world. And this slide, this right here, really gets to the core of it all. Where does the yield actually come from? So, in the old DeFi world on the left, your yield often just comes from, well, more crypto. Things like token rewards, complex lending schemes, or just straight-up speculation. But with InfraFi, it's a completely different story. The yield comes from actual dollars and cents being generated in the real world, like when someone pays their internet bill or a business buys solar power. It's tangible. Okay, so you're probably wondering how this all works in practice, right? It sounds great in theory, but what are the actual mechanics? Let's break down how a typical InfraFi vault really operates, step by step. It's actually a pretty simple four-step process. First, stablecoin holders deposit their funds into a vault. Easy enough. Second, the vault takes those funds and uses them to finance the purchase of physical hardware. Third, that hardware, that infrastructure, gets put to work and starts generating real-world revenue. And finally, number 4, the depositors can get their stablecoins back plus their share of that real yield. You basically become a decentralized lender for real-world business growth. Now, theory is one thing, but let's look at a real-world example to make this concrete. Let's talk about Dawn, a project that is using this InfraFi model right now to finance the expansion of wireless internet networks.
So what Dawn is doing is they've set up an InfraFi vault specifically to fund the hardware needed to get more homes connected to the internet. And this isn't some startup just guessing how to do it. The whole operation is managed by their experienced internet service provider operator, a company called Andrena.
And just to be super clear, this isn't just a white paper idea. Look at this number. Dawn's network is already providing internet to over 20,000 homes in the US. This is a live, scaled operation happening as we speak. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting if you're a stablecoin holder. 70%. That's the gross margin that Dawn is reportedly generating, all thanks to their efficient operations. So why is that number so important? Well, it's simple. Higher margins mean there's more revenue left over to potentially be passed on as yield to the people who finance the whole thing. And this really hammers home a critical point. The hardware isn't just being dropped off somewhere and forgotten. It's being managed by a team that has a proven 5+ year track record of profitably scaling an internet business. That hands-on experience is absolutely key. And this chart just lays it all out, the bottom line. When you compare the potential returns, the difference is just stark. Your typical stablecoin yields in DeFi these days are sitting around, 3 to 6%? The gross yields from financing Dawn's wireless infrastructure, though, we're talking in the range of 20 to 30%. That is the power of connecting capital to profitable, real-world assets.
Of course, let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Higher potential returns always come with their own unique set of risks, and it is absolutely essential that we understand the challenges facing this new InfraFi model. See, unlike protocols that are purely on-chain, InfraFi brings in real-world risks. You've got a duration mismatch. You can't just instantly sell a cell tower if people want their money back tomorrow. There's credit risk. Physical stuff can break. It can get stolen. And you have to worry about making sure that people running the assets have the same goals as the stablecoin lenders who funded them.
And if we zoom in on Dawn specifically, yeah, it faces its own competitive hurdles. Long-term, you have technological threats from giants like Starlink or whatever 6G networks will look like. And in the here and now, they have to compete against those big legacy providers who use things like triple play bundles to make it a real pain for customers to switch.
But even with these very real challenges, InfraFi opens up a totally fascinating new path. It creates this direct, transparent bridge between all this decentralized capital and the physical world we all live in. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. Could this model, which lets anyone with stablecoins help finance the world's infrastructure, actually become crypto's most important and impactful real-world use case?
Praise the sun.